Okay, so welcome back. We're doing this is the second season I'm doing of Major League GOGOATS, and this time it's an auction. And I've got a team, and I've got a friend with me too, so we can talk to the team. Say hi, Axie.
Hi, I'm Accidental, and yeah, just showing up on Sep's stream here.
Video, but sure, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. True, true. Yeah, so this is like the full team is they have like Clodsire, Baxcalibur, Meowscarada, Garganacl, Quaquaval, Polteageist, Salamence, Salazzle. Okay, the format before I'll go over first is the format is actually Paldea decks. I know some people are doing like post home, but like post they aren't actually released home yet. So like Halu like decided to stay away from like super fake formats. Like you don't actually know what's gonna happen in the future, and this has been proven time and again via player of Coco expanding for Stapulele, or that didn't really happen, but people acted like they did and they just didn't. So we're not taking that for granted, and we're just going with what we have at the moment. So we have like there's 16 teams, and 16 teams with like 400 Pokemon, and 200 of them are like basically useless. So like the teams are a little stretched out. But yeah, we have. I feel like I've put together a pretty decent team. It's an auction, if you couldn't tell by the pricing by now. So let's go to the first Pokemon. There's Clodsire right here. What do you think about Clodsire, Axie?
Well, it's definitely just looking at your team as a whole. It's like one part of the defensive backbone, with the other being Garganacl. Really, this is a very offensive team, and Clodsire just provides a lot of hazard support and just overall bulk. I'm really excited to see that.
Yes, that's unaware, so I don't get smashed by like a setup sweeper. Could also be
Oh
water
yeah,
absorb,
definitely.
but I don't think
Yep.
I'm starving for water resistance with Salamence, Quaquaval,
Yeah, I
Meowscarada on a
don't think
pinch,
so.
Baxcalibur. Yeah. The thing is, this gen like every Pokemon god has it. It feels like they really gave ground type spikes. Like that isn't really a thing we saw before.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love that they spread out the hazard, setting options, but it's kind of mixed whether or not how I feel about the lack of removal. But that just turns every team pretty much into just offensive metagame. Just stack your hazards and don't bother removing. Just hit.
Yeah, draft
So
also like doesn't have as many gold dingos as you see on the ladder, so it's not as hard to remove. I feel.
it's not that it's hard if you actually have removal. The problem is because
Having
you guys are
removal in
playing
the
Peltia
first place.
draft,
Yeah.
a lot of mons lost fog, a lot of mons lost spin, like even Cloyster lost spin, and that's
Yeah.
had it since like Gen 2, right?
Yeah. It was the spinner of Gen
So
2 along with Golem.
yeah, exactly. So crazy stuff.
Let's go to the next one. Baxcalibur, which some of my like beaches an accident were like, don't get Baxcalibur. They like don't bid too much. But I was like, you know what? The guy who's bidding with me alongside me had like the full budget. So I was like, you know what? Let's bid this up a bit because like auction. And then he was like, nah, 23. I'm done. So it's like I ended up with Baxcalibur. I don't think it's like a oh shit I'm screwed kind of overbid, but it's like it's still a good mod in my opinion.
I agree. Like looking at your budget, that's about what I expect for like a top tier mon. And I mean, Baxcalibur is not even. It doesn't really care whether or not it Terras. Like obviously, you're gonna like Terra Dragon would have been nice for the Glaive Rush,
Yeah.
but it's still really strong and really bulky regardless.
At 115,
So
90 to
Terra,
86 is
so
quite fat.
yeah,
But
and like it has like even though it has like a really poor defensive typing, like it pulls the Kyurem of
yeah,
you're never killing me basically.
doesn't have the roost like Kyurem though. But like yeah, it does a decent job.
That's true, but also unlike Gen 8
Yeah.
or unlike pre-Gen 8 Kyurem, it has DD too.
Oh, true. And Glaive Rush. Let's talk about Glaive Rush. That moves like I don't know how did they invent that? Like it's like outrage, but no drop. Okay, there is a drawback, but like it's just a funny
If you're
drawback.
faster than your opponent, there's no drawback.
Yeah, that's true. Just click it, the opponent dies, then click it, the opponent dies again. I think it's a really good scarf for. I don't think I haven't seen too many scarf sets with it, but like I think it's a really good scarf for that speed tier.
Oh yeah, the 87, like just faster than the Rotoms, just faster than like in a Nat Dex format. Nidoking's just looking ahead into the future for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really good. I think it still outspeeds like Pulse, right? After +1.
I think so. Let me just check real quick.
Old speed drills. I mean, Gira does, and that's 81, so of course
Yeah,
it
yeah,
should.
that makes sense. Yeah, Pult is like what 420 something, right? On regular.
Yeah, something like that.
Drag a Pult. Yeah, it's 421. I was almost there. Backs, big backs. 252 Jolly. Oh, that's not what I wanted to set. Jolly +1. Yeah, it's 450 at +1. It's like solidly faster than Pult. I think it's
Oh,
faster
yeah.
than Zeraora too.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But like Zeraora runs in the game. But yeah, like you said, looking into the future. Yeah, Zeraora is not that much
Yep.
faster than Pult. It's like 423.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's 1 point higher than Bolt,
Yeah.
so. So important to note for future.
Yeah.
But in Mega lists, you know, lots of mon cut, lots of mons
Yeah.
cut that were like speedy.
Yeah.
That really matter. All right, yeah, it's solid, and like just looking at your overall team comp, like I haven't actually looked at your team. I know I helped out a little bit in draft, but as a whole, just like having the double dragon doesn't really matter too much because they basically break for each other. And just getting a recap on the Terra rules, it's free Terra for your caps, right?
Yeah, free Terra for caps. And speaking of caps, I think that's the next one. No, it's not the next one.
Nope.
The next one is
Meowscarada
Meowscarada. Yeah. Who has like all the util moves, like taunt, U-turn, knock, which is like real nice. It's not too bulky, but like it's quite fast. It's like Greninja. It's the Gen 9 Greninja. Starter and all.
Oh yeah.
Starter Protean. And
it's even better because stronger attack and good stab and flower trick.
Yeah, it actually gets to use Protean. It's not Protean is not banned because Protean got nerfed this gen. As like the one, yeah, you only get to click it once. The Protean only type only changes once per. It's out when it's out on the field, so that's what. But like, I think it's an overall buff for Greninja because like it can actually use that ability now. People call it a nerf, but I don't think so.
Protean definitely got nerfed.
No, it got nerfed. But like it went from banned to usable, so overall it was a buff for Greninja and Meowscarada. If that makes sense.
Yeah. It's a nerf overall for ladder.
Yeah.
In draft, sure, yeah. Protean's fine in draft now.
Yeah, so
yeah, no, that's it's a really good mod. It has good coverage too. Play rough, and then I believe it gets fighting coverage as well. I don't remember exactly what though.
I can pull it up. It's not that I didn't listed my notable moves, but I can pull it up and see.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, it seems like your notable moves just cover utility.
Yeah.
Because you kind of assume offensive mons have coverage.
Yeah.
In this case, it gets play rough was the one I remembered.
Brick
off the top
break,
of my head.
Low kick. Low kick can be helpful for sure. Low sweep is not as helpful. Yeah, that's it.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad either, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
It also has like Aura Sphere for the randomest reason.
Yes, 81 special attack is not that good.
It's like not bad. Well, it's not good. It's not bad though. I mean, what T-Flame gets by with it.
Yeah, but T-Flame has to click like overheat to do like meaningful damage.
Oh, it also gets Sucker Punch. That should be notable.
Oh, that is notable for sure. Actually, yeah, let me edit that actually. Oops, hold on. Got a little sneak peek into what the next mon is. Let me Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch.
You might as well put Trailblaze on there as well, just because like +1 speed is pretty cool.
No, think about everyone gets Trailblaze, so like yeah, sure.
That's true. Well, it's not exactly universal. There's still some mons that don't get it.
That's true, but like it's
very
almost
widely
universal.
distributed.
It's like toxic level distribution, or not toxic of Gen 9, but like previous Gen toxic, Gen 7 toxic level distribution.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even it's not even that because there's still like significant regular mons that don't get Trailblaze. But that's how it is.
Yeah, I can't believe Bulbapedia sneaked in the fucking Skeledirge into the Meowscarada sprite. That's actually
funny.
Yeah.
It's only the bird.
Yeah, just the bird. That's the best part anyway. So, okay, let's on to the next one. Big Garganacl, and as you can see, I have highlighted its terrestrialization with balloons. The Terra Crown.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, Garganacl is a really good Terra captain here. Just because, like, Mono Rock is not a great defensive typing, but there are a lot of mono types that are really good in this case. Most commonly seen from, just because I've been playing so much VGC, is Grass. because it absolutely destroys Chomp
Oh, that's true.
and Gyarados. Common Terra offensive mons in there.
Yeah.
And then there's another one. It's fighting for stab body press and
That's
flying
true.
for resist.
Flying and fairy.
Basically anything
two
that
I
just
saw.
resists.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Anything that resists like Garganacl's weaknesses, or improves its offensive capabilities. But generally speaking, you have pretty much all of the notable moves on there. Salt Career block is on. I didn't know it got blocked, so that's interesting.
It blocks for sure.
But yeah, it's gonna be pretty much running like 4 out of those.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't count block on that. It'd be like 4 out of
Yeah.
5 of the Salt Cure, Recover, Body Press, Iron Defense, Stealth Rock.
And
The interesting part is just it doesn't really need to care about status.
that's true.
Purifying Salt is just such an amazing ability.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking when they said this mon shall not be statused, and on like a fat mon. There's definitely a singles guy out there in the Game Freak.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think this is probably going to be like my fairy type. Like most of the time when I'm facing like dragons that my opponents will bring, because like it just.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, basically, whatever you Claude can't help with, that's what you basically spend Garganacl on.
Yeah.
Just because like on this style of team, you have like Claude as like a main defensive mon that's not super strong. Everything else should pretty much be dedicated to just making progress here. You don't have too much of a defensive background outside of those two, so you may as well just use them as like sort of a defensive pivot for the rest of your offense.
Yeah, I agree. On to the next one. 15.5 is a steal, to be honest, for Garganacl. But yeah, Quaquaval, which I actually spent more for than Garganacl, because he's actually quite good.
Oh
like,
yes, definitely.
It just slept on early in the meta, but like people are like starting to catch on. Like Aqua Step Moxie is quite good.
Oh yes, definitely. SD access and spin as well. Like this is your basically offensive emergency removal, if you ever need it. Which honestly, you probably shouldn't, just because of how scary your mons are. Your whole game plan is just going to be trying to put your opponent on the back foot here, with having your defensive mons to try to recover from it. It does get Brave Bird as well. That should be a notable move on.
Oh, that's true.
Because it destroys the grasses.
Brave Bird is quite good. But also like what like I remember from like playing on like ladder is like I bring in my Rotom Wash, and like Rotom Wash to take like Rock Strip. This is like close combat and it's a 2-hit KO. That's why I put close combat on there, because like that 2-hit KO is really funny for like a Rotom Wash.
Yeah, exactly. Ice Spinner is another notable one. Good physical ice move on here.
Oh, for sure.
Also hits the flyings and grasses that you are going to be trying to come in on here.
Ice Spinner, Brave Bird. Did you know Altaria got Brave Bird? I learned that yesterday on Ranbats.
My more surprising opinion is like, wow, I didn't get it before.
That's true. Because like I don't know. I guess it wasn't bird enough, but like Crobat has Brave Bird and it's a bat.
Yeah, and I mean this also has some utility. It gets Encore.
That's
it
good.
gets Taunt as well.
Taunt
so
is good.
In the case you, let me check. It also gets Bulk Up. So if you want to run a more bulky set, it's got passable bulk to be able to do so.
I agree. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Very, very solid mon.
Yeah.
And that fighting type is really helpful for this one. You've got Polteageist looking here.
Yeah. Big Polteageist. And
I don't think it lost anything. It does the same thing it did in Sword and Shield, right?
Exactly. I don't have screens for it, but like I don't think I need screens for it.
Not necessarily. I mean, you're gonna be solid regardless.
130.
Honestly, if anything, this will be like a Specs Memento set or something, or Scarf.
Memento. True.
You can do that too.
Because it does have 134 special attack, like on its own. It doesn't need Cell Smash to do damage.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, pretty much got everything that it. It had Calm Mind already too, so that's probably okay. Yeah, it does pretty much the same thing. Wisp is notable. I think maybe Wisp Sap is
that's true.
Pretty notable.
I did put Sap on
even though it's really frail.
Yeah.
You did put Sap, yes. But yeah, so does pretty much the same thing. It's a good special, especially offensive pawn. Yeah, I mean, there's like maybe 1 or 2 matchups that you'll bring it.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think this is definitely the worst mon on your team, and that's not a bad thing.
Like one thing to note about this gen is like most mons lost card, which is why I stacked physical attackers the way I did. But also like Wisp still exists, so like having a couple special mons is not a bad idea at all. In fact,
Yep.
probably a pretty good idea.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely agree.
Which brings me to my next mon, which is also a special. No, it's not. Is it? No. Next mon is Big
No,
Mens,
it's Mence.
Yeah.
Big Mence.
who can I
The
guess
fact that
run
you
special.
only spent 6.5 points on me,
steal. This is what late draft steal.
that is disgusting. This mon is absolutely a menace here. It and Dragonite are really good at abusing Terra. So
Yeah.
you can steal defensively, you can fairy defensively, but you can also just do Terra
Terra Flying,
Flying
Terra Dragon.
to boost your offensive power, and you have an 80 base power stab that never misses. So
Yeah, that's true. I don't need to run Wing Beat. Which way I put Terra Blast on notable moves because they'll definitely be using it a lot. Unlike the
oh
Garganacl.
yes, definitely. Yeah, Garganacl's probably not going to abuse it, just because ID press is generally more
Yeah.
effective. This Mence is like, it's kind of like Baby Roaring Moon. There's not nearly as many types I think that it can be used really. But well, if you're doing like a Terra type format,
Yeah.
but in a free Terra format, you pick a type and you probably build around it every week.
Yeah, I agree. Which I will cover in my next video where I play Pineapple. But yeah. Like, is that leaking? No, I don't. No, not. He knows it's coming, so it's fine. Yeah, it also has like a usable special attack stat, like 110. Like if I don't want Terra
Yeah, it's
on a
not too
particular
bad.
day. Yeah. In fact, in the previous gen in UU, often uses special attack more than its attack. It uses like Hurricane, Draco.
True, but I mean, it doesn't have fog in this gen, so
Yeah, that's true.
you're probably not going to be using special more often than not.
I think
Especially, you
Moxie
don't
is
have
the
any way to
best set.
boost it either. So
Yeah.
if you're going to be set up, you're going to be physical.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, last mon.
All right, last mon
Big
looks like Salazzle here.
Beaches,
Your other special attacker.
Yeah, Beaches has said it lost knock, which is just not true. I checked, and it keeps knock, it keeps taunt, and keeping knock in this meta is quite good actually.
Oh yes, definitely.
And like the course, like what it does, it is always done, which is like fast corrosion, substitute, subtoxic.
Yeah,
poison,
I mean
whatever.
it's good to note that it actually has like all three of the major statuses, like Two-Wave, Toxic, and Wisp. So you can pretty much just set this your utility mon, pick whichever one is appropriate. If you need a speed controller, just T-Wave, knock, and taunt. Like no one's gonna be trying to run defensive versus you, basically.
Yeah, for sure. I like Salazzle
Acid spray.
acid spray. Like I don't think I'm gonna run that much, but like I think knocking on the switch is gonna be really helpful, especially for like the hazards I have on my team.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it removes
I agree.
boots and such. Yeah.
Yeah, you can even do Trailblaze as well. The nasty plot Trailblaze set.
True. Big Trailblaze. I wasn't lying.
yeah.
Like, when I said nearly everything got Trailblaze. I have no idea why Salazzle gets Trailblaze, and yet it does 50 power. It's like it's not meant to hit anything. It's meant to boost speed. But doesn't it get Flame Charge? Yeah, it gets Flame. No, it lost Flame Charge. Okay. It lost Flame Charge, but it got Trailblaze instead, which I guess is fine because like it wasn't using Flame Charge to do damage, so the stab doesn't matter as much. And you can't wall the Flame Charge with Flash Fire either, so I guess it's somewhat of an upgrade.
Yeah. So, pretty solid mon. Encore is on here as well. I mean, you have a lot of Encore utility as well.
Yeah, that's true.
This sub disable is back as well if you want to run that.
Oh, that's true. Big disable. You can definitely.
Outside of that, you got more niche stuff like Endeavor. You can do Fake Out for more toxic stalling. But other than that, there's not really too much else it gets. I mean, Foul Play, which is pretty cool for all the physical attackers.
Meowscarada also gets Stab Foul Play. If it's like on like a setup on fire like Scarf, I could pull it off.
Yeah, true. But yeah, looking real good here.
Yeah, I think the team's pretty good.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like, it's a very offensive team. You have so many ways to break down the opponent's fat if they try to bring that, and ways to recover if like you're not really dependent on any single mon that hard.
Yeah, I agree. Any mon can pull up as a match winner, I think, on any given week.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be running Polteageist into like T-Tar matchups.
Yeah, that's true. Especially since it's not Terra Cap.
You have so many other ways.
If it was Terra Cap, then sheesh. Like the retard pulls up and just blow it up, Terra fighting. But like it's until then.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, I mean, you can't Terra Polteageist, so.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's not. If it was Terra Cap, then I would bring it in a retard matchup. But yeah, we decided Garganacl Salamence as our Terra Caps, which I don't regret at all. I think it's good.
Yeah, I agree. Those are, I think, the best options for you. The only other potential options to consider would have been Terra Clodsire instead of over Garganacl.
Yeah.
Just because it has abilities to leverage its typing a little bit.
True, like water absorb. Yeah,
better.
that's true.
But the immunity to toxic naturally on both means that Garganacl, I think, has the edge for that very slightly. And then Mence is Mence. Mence is really broken with Terra. So yeah, I'm excited to see what you do with this one here.
Yeah, thank you for joining me.
Of course. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Have a good day then.
Yeah, have a good day. I'll wrap this up.
Mhm.
So yeah, thanks. Yeah, see ya. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next video, which I'll be uploading next week Saturday. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this season, and I hope you do so as well. Bye.